have wide receivers coach Casey Brockman, defensive coordinator Chris Boone here for bye week. They will take your questions.
Coach, what have you seen of the defense evolving from week one to this bye week? What's changed for the better or for the worse?
Definitely, we cut down, I thought, on some missed tackles. Like our first ball game against Illinois, I think we charted like 22, 23 missed tackles. And the next week we played Missouri State. We cut it down in half. We're forcing, we're right at 2 or 3 turnovers a game. We're forcing. So just got to keep working, and that's the biggest thing that I saw improvement on was the missed tackles from week one to gradually going through the season. But that to me is the most glaring stat for us as improvement from week one was just continue to be physical, continue to win your contact battles, and continue to not miss tackles and always have the guys in position. And that's, as a play caller, that's on me a lot on defense, because I really think you miss tackles when kids are out of position and there's a big open space. And so I think we cut down on that. So that's the biggest thing that I saw us improving on.
The defense has put out winnable efforts against Missouri State, against SEMO, now definitely against Austin Peay. What do you keep telling your defense as you hope the wins continue to pile up? How do you tell them, hey, let's get over this loss, let's move on to next year? How do you?
You don't talk about that type of stuff. You just our guys are good, man. They got resilient attitude, resilient effort. We got a lot of good leadership. I mean, we knew going into this year we was very young because we only had 3 seniors on defense, and those 3 seniors are very, very good leaders. And that junior class we got is very, very big, defensively and offensively. But we got some good people in that locker room that don't listen to that type of noise. And this is a team, and this organization, these young guys have worked their tail off. And if they keep continuing to do what they're doing, we got a chance. I mean, we told the guys this other day. I've been very, very fortunate to be a part of 2 OVC championship teams, and both them teams, they had losses. Jay Johnson, he won a couple of them at Eastern Kentucky. His OVC wins, or OVC championship, they had losses. So this OVC, been doing it now for 10, 11 years. It's going to be a wide open race this year, especially after this past weekend where we had guys getting upset and stuff. So what we have to do as a team, as an organization, stay the course, keep our goals in front of us, and play, day to day, week to week. But we're just worried about going out today and winning our meetings, winning practice this coming up week, having a good open week, getting everybody healthy, and getting ready for UT Martin.
Dylan Boone's your leading tackler so far. Talk about what he brings to your defense.
Oh man, he's toughness. I mean, the kid, he I got nothing but great things to say about how tough he is. Last week, he basically was playing on, a hurt leg, hurt it during the SEMO game, come back all week, worked out on Tuesday very, very sparingly, and then he worked out on Thursday, Friday, had a good week on Thursday, or a good day on Thursday, but just tough. When I think about toughness, he's the picture in the dictionary for us, because he's going to give everything he's got, and that's another thing. I mean, we got a lot of guys on our defense that are like that attitude, and he's one of them.
Sean Rodriguez is really emerged in the linebacker spot, and made a pivotal play last Saturday there on 4th down.
Oh yeah.
Goal. Just what can you say about him?
Well, we give extra helmet stickers for guys that make plays, and Sean Rodriguez on that goal line stand last week versus Austin Peay, he had back-to-back tackles right there for that goal line stand to shut them out, and that was the turning point of the game, I thought. Because at that point they had a little momentum. Our offense is moving all over the place, doing a good job, and if I'm not mistaken, I think after we stopped them, our offense drove, I don't know, forever, about a 6-7 minute drive, and they put the nail in the coffin, and it was over. And Sean Rodriguez was part of that. He made the stop there on 4th and 2. We brought a corner crash, and he got through big out, stoned the guy, play before that, or actually 2 plays before that, he had a unbelievable effort, came across the field and made a tackle on the running back. And he's a kid we got from Butler Community College, got him in here this summer, and he has been doing nothing but getting better every week. And he's another guy that's been banged up some, got some shoulder stuff with him, just tough. I mean, you know, so that's why I like getting in front of our defense, because we got a lot of guys that's got a lot of injuries, but you know, you got to understand, playing the game of football is a very uncomfortable game. You're going to get nicked up, you're going to get banged up, and I love the way our attitude is on defense about the mental toughness. You know, we talk to them about it every day, and we're starting to show it.
Casey, from an offensive standpoint, right now you've got 7 receivers with 10-plus catches. Who's really emerged, you know, just out of that core? I mean, you've got a lot of guys making catches right now.
Yeah, obviously the guy that obviously stands out is Blackburn, and we knew that kind of coming in the year. But Jordan Gandy has had, we didn't really know what to expect from him this year, just from the fact that he hasn't ever done it in a game. But obviously, Illinois, we didn't really get him the ball much because you just don't know what's early in the year. You don't know how those guys are. They practice players, game players. What are they? And man, that guy has made a ton of big catches, big plays, especially, you know, down there in the end zone. I think he's got like 6 of our 8 touchdown catches or something like that. So he has emerged as probably our go-to guy down there in the red zone with him and Blackburn. And Gandy has been the biggest surprise and pleasant surprise for us, just from the fact that how much he's improved since he got here 2 years ago to now.
Gandy's got some sprints in his legs, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's a basketball guy at trade, so he can jump and go get it, and that makes it tough, you know, for defenses to kind of game plan against us down there in the red zone. Do you put 1 guy, 2 guys on him, and it may help open up some other things down the road.
Did it take a while for him to get confidence in himself that he could do this?
I think so, a little bit, and I think a lot of it just comes from game reps. The guy that he had in front of him for 2 years was Janoski Davis, and that's a really good one to learn from. And I think his maturation and the fact that he was able to watch him for 2 years and learn some things about receiver, because he'd only played football for 1 year in high school. And so the fact that he was able to watch that guy do it every day and kind of see how he went about it and see footwork things and things like that he has just learned from watching other guys has really helped him develop. And I think just the fact that he's played receiver now for 3 years, and I mean this will be his 4th year, so really and truly he should be a senior in high school technically by football standpoint. So the fact that he's came along at that far from when he first got there says a lot about him and how hard he's worked, especially this off season.
Your leading freshman wideout is Jonathan Moss. Maybe just talk a little bit about his development. I think he's going to catch in every game this year.
Yeah, he's been really solid. He's going to be a guy, I think, that probably 4 years from now, you're looking for a guy to beat him out. Always, he reminds me a lot of Stuart Childress from back in the day at quarterback. You're always looking for a guy to beat him out, maybe somebody faster, somebody bigger, whatever. And he's going to be steady his whole 4 years here. He just since he's got here, he's ran good routes. He's always caught the ball. Not the fastest guy, not the biggest guy, but man, he has been super steady, super consistent for us, and I hope that continues because he's made some really, really big catches for us in only his 4 or 5 games so far.
As far as the running game is concerned, I know that's been a big impetus, like going from the non-conference, you know, to now. How is that really like worked into the offense, and how has that challenged your wide receivers to get open and make plays?
Yeah, obviously the running game struggled a little bit early on in the season. I think last week, hopefully, we built some confidence with that. Mario McGraw had a really big game this past week. Has made some explosive plays since he's got here. I think he's had a touchdown in probably 3 straight games. I don't know if he had one last week, but I think his emergence has really been big, especially now with DJ being out last week. Seeing him kind of come along, and the offensive line is starting to gel a little bit better, and it really helped the run game kind of develop. And again, it's knowing who you have and knowing what you do well and things like that. And I think that aspect of our offense is going to start coming along and helping open up KD to have the big game like he did last week, and help the passing game a little bit more so than earlier in the year.
I think a lot of teams always talk about when the bye week comes. Good time, bad time, we're getting rolling. Is this a good time for it to come? Bad time? What's the consensus in the locker room?
I think it's probably a good time just to let those guys heal up. as far from an injury standpoint. But I know Coach Boone's probably got some other things to say about that.
I don't know. I mean, I'm always torn. I mean, obviously we got rolling last week, but we are, nicked and banged up right now. We've had, 5 tough games. I mean, the last 2 or 3 games has been very, very physical, very, very physical. And, so from that aspect, I mean, you want to try to get everybody well and, us get fundamentally better. I know there's a lot of things I want to do that it just, not schematic wise, just good fundamentals, get back to some base fundamental things that you would do day 1 of spring or day 1 of fall camp. So that's kind of going to be our approach this week, is just get back to fundamentals, get solid on that stuff, put the scheme and things to the side, and get better at tackling. And I know they want to do the same thing.